Hey folks, welcome back. We have entered the contemporary era, finally, as Japanese, and just a little overview of my burgeoning empire with the overlay off. Humankind's really a beautiful game, and it's quite enjoyable just to look at. We just came out of the industrial as the Germans, and we are playing with pollution off this game, which means we have coking works everywhere. Lot of coking works. Babylon here, you can see, almost says 3,000 industry, which is pretty good. And with the Japanese, we're going to get that up even higher with the robotics lab, which I believe also produces a fair bit of pollution. So getting away with a lot this game, and you can see my pollution. The top polluter by a mile. So this game, typically I go for, whatever the highest fame I can get is. We'll see if I actually decide to do that this game. I'm not sure yet. I like to do it, but also I know dragging it out for every last bit of fame is not that great as far as YouTube content goes, so we'll see. However, speaking of fame, I've realized that I've had, actually I need the Academy of Arts in Babylon, but I also have Crepusage that I have not been doing. Let's queue at least one of those up. Babylon will finish it up pretty quickly. Crepusage is kind of a weird one because I feel like it breaks the game a little bit. But anyway, let's start getting some of these robotics labs queued up. And you may notice that my voice is, and it's been like this for a little bit since I came back, but my voice is definitely more echoey than it was before. That's because the room I'm recording in at the moment doesn't really have a lot of furniture in it, so it's bouncing off things, which makes it loud. Okay, I don't want to lose 20 stability. So we'll put the robotics lab there. There we go. And with the robotics lab, we'll start getting through tech pretty quickly. Anyway, so point is, with my voice, is that, eventually I'll have it tuned down a bit. Or not tuned down, but eventually it'll sound a little more normal, like in my previous videos. There's not a lot I can do about it currently. I have ordered some new furniture, but furniture supply chains are super backed up right now. 51 and 35 looks like a good spot there. So it's going to take quite a while to get, because it's real furniture, It's not like furniture that you get off Wayfair or whatever. Right there, looks good. And I'm really not sure about losing 20 food. How much food am I losing from overpopulation? 64? It's really I'm at almost a 200 food surplus. I think losing 10% of food is fine right there. That works. That works. Babylon has so many robotics labs it can build. I get a lot of industry from that coal plant too. Let's do something like that. There we go. So Babylon's going to be pretty busy building stuff for a while. Kerma, let's get the robotics labs queued up as well. So the start of this episode is really just going to be me building a lot of these robotics labs. I get a little less here, but I'd rather lose food than 27 gold per turn, to be honest. Okay, that all works. And over here, still working on some of coking works. How would I only lose 5 stability? That can't be right. I don't trust that. Sometimes the tooltips are just not accurate. And I'm not really sure what causes it. So don't just trust the tooltips in terms of what you'll get or not get from outputs. Think about it a little bit before you place anything down. Okay. And Napata, same story here. I do think this is perhaps in the future, whether it's in this version of Humankind or a Humankind 2 or whatever, if that comes along. So I'm going to remove those research quarters because these serve as research quarters. but also provide production. So it's more efficient just to build the robotics labs. But if Humankind 2 or something comes along at some point, one thing I would like to see is just more, how should I say, more variety in terms of what the cultures actually do. I think a lot of people have this complaint that a lot of the games that you play end up feeling like they're kind of the same. You do the same thing every single game. And I think, like, to an extent, I definitely understand where that's coming from. And I think part of that is, I'm not losing 40 stability, thank you. I think part of that comes from the fact that the cultures, really the main difference with the cultures is which emblematic quarter you start the era building, right? Because as soon as you get to the next era, you just queue up a bunch of your emblematic quarter, and that's like the main difference with the cultures. Sure, it like, you know, you get some effects from the legacy traits and, you know, that, like the one emblematic unit. But I think I'd like to see some more variety in terms of what the cultures offer that can really affect how you play the game. I think like the Nazca, for instance, in the new pack are a good example of that. And, you know, perhaps not going as far as I would like, but they are very good in certain circumstances, and hopefully I'll play them in a new game. So I'm going to go for Aerial Warfare first, and then Research Institute all the way to Fusion Reactor for that nice 50% industry boost and fame. And part of that is because I'm actually at war with this blue player here, the Ethiopians. And it would be nice to be able to get some air support, and also upgrade these mortars, which did not realize. Not quite enough gold to do that at the moment. I'm going to start moving these units down in this direction. Just sneak along here and get an attack in on Ninua. And these guys are just going to hold at San Lorenzo. I'd also like to declare war on these guys at some point in the near future. Because they are, you know, they're pretty big, and it would be nice to take some of their luxuries off of them. And they have not. And the Eiffel Towers in Harappa, which I would love to steal. I don't have stock exchange in here. It's only plus 30 money, though. It's really not that big of a deal. Okay, have an event. Yeah, we'll quarantine. That's fine. I'm really liking the tooltip that actually shows you how much stuff you're getting from building something. It's so useful. Like, just in terms of showing the relative value of things, you know? Like, did I? Huh. I will need the stock exchange at some point because it leads to more tech. I'll just queue that in there for now. Alright. A white peace proposal. No, because I'm about to take your city next turn, which I actually could have done this turn if I had really been paying attention. So there's aerial warfare, and hopefully I can actually make use of some air combat units in this game. Yeah, I'll build it kind of close to the front here. Actually, that's a little too close. So one of the things you have to look out for with aerodromes, you don't want to build it adjacent to the city either. So one of the things you have to look out for with aerodromes is that if they end up like inside the battle, then you can't actually use the units. They get locked. So your aerodrome has to be outside the battle zone in order to use the units that are in it. Okay, let's put the artillery up on the high ground here. Seems fine. So if you... So the reason I don't want to put it in the city then, as I was saying, is that... Nice, destroy the walls there. If you put it in the city, if your city gets sieged, then your air units are going to be in the battle every time. Because the battle zone always encompasses the city that's under siege. And if you are sieging another city and it touches even one tile that's connected to your own city, then that entire city is going to get engulfed in the battle. So you don't want to put the aerodrome actually in the city, otherwise you're not going to be able to use it all the time. It's going to be a major issue for you. Not that it's, like, typically you're not going to use a ton of air units in any given game. It's just their range isn't big enough. You have to, like, creep them forward, but you can't build aerodromes in occupied cities, or really use the ones that you... Maybe you can use aerodromes in cities that you occupy. I'm actually not sure about that. But the AI don't tend to build them, so it's a bit of a moot point anyway. It's just too hard to use aircraft compared to other means. These other ones are way down here. It would be nice to take some of these and kind of be able to pincer them from, or when I say them, I mean green, kind of from both sides when I get the opportunity. Maybe we'll send a couple armies down. Send these two and keep this one up here. I think we'll probably want a couple more artillery though. Military school would be good too, since this is my one city on this side of the world for now. We also need aluminum, so let's make sure we're getting that. That's 1. That's 2. Let's see, anything else? Okay, there's some down here. I think, no, nothing there. Some oil over here that we don't have yet. That's in queue though. All right. A little more aluminum here. And we can also build airports now, which I am also going to want. Okay, with losing a little bit of food there. I'm going to get that makers first, just to make sure I'm getting as much industry as possible. And I'm also going to get a military school. I'm going to get an armory, and I'm also going to get an airport. So I can kind of ferry units over to San Lorenzo very quickly if I need to do that. What do you want? Open borders? Yeah, I'm okay with that, actually. And what about you? Yeah, we have open borders. Okay, so I can just like go right through that territory. Actually, do I have open borders with these guys too? Wait. No? They didn't declare war on me, did they? They have anti-aircraft, interesting. Huh. Well, let's see if they'll... No. Alright. So I'm going to have to kind of sail down, which is too bad. So let's send these units. And actually, I should keep these units inside the city so they don't just roll right back in. Let's upgrade these as well, or start upgrading them at the very least. Do I have men of war? Yeah, I do. Actually, I'm fine with keeping them there. The AI like to come... If you watch the previous episodes, the AI have kind of been... Whoops, I did not mean to move you guys. Come back. The AI have kind of been obsessed with pillaging this one administrative center for some reason. An alliance. Yes, I'm actually okay with that. I really have no desire to go to war with them. Cultural agreement is great. Let's do a scientific agreement too, so I get a little more science output. Why? Come on. Upgrade these cogs, and then we're going to go after this army right here. Okay. What is this? Okay. Maybe they'll take this fight. We'll see. So I only have 3 ships, but the AI misjudge the strength of their forces sometimes. Not in this case, though. I can keep these guys inside my territory because I'd like to upgrade the men of war into ironclads, which are very good units. I'm a little worried about sending these guys, actually, because they can attack me out in the open water. So I might just have to wait for Blue's war support to dry up a little bit. But I do really need to go after Green, because now as the Swedes, they're going to have much advanced science outputs, which gives them a decent chance of catching up with me, which I obviously don't want. Like that AA unit they have might be a little difficult to deal with. I suppose I have a fair bit of artillery. Okay, Mykonos. Let's deprioritize that stock exchange. Let's get this other stuff online before these robotics labs. They're not as important. And I can get uranium now as well. I'm going to do that one first. Any more uranium? Yeah, right there. I have an unattached territory there. Has a bunch of districts in it, though. Let's see, Napata. Some uranium down there. Yeah, let's get that in front. Oh, there's some aluminum here. Okay, this is a bug, actually. So sometimes now resources will spawn on top of wonders, and you can't extract them. So this aluminum is on top of Lake Hillier, or Hillier. I'm actually not sure where this is in the world, to be completely honest. But anyway, the aluminum on top of it, you cannot extract, and that would be true if it were like a luxury or something as well. Yellow does have uranium. I'm gonna need one more. I guess I'll have to go down for Onondaga here. So new pollution level reached, but with the effects off, we don't have to worry about pollution. White peace? No. So I'm kicking your ass, sir. Or ma'am. I guess you're a woman? Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's some uranium right there. Definitely want to take Harappa, though. There are some good early war targets. Ooh, wow, look at this. They're pretty advanced in tech. I'm a little surprised. I might need to pick up amphibious warfare, just so I can upgrade my units. We'll definitely need more forces than I'm used to. Okay, let's finish that robotics lab and get this other stuff going. Napata. I don't really have enough industry to be that useful for producing units. Gee, let me need to reconsider that. 1500 is still not that bad. But I think I'd rather commit to more science here. I'd also like to get an airport in Babylon because I have a ton of industry here. But I'm thinking maybe... Where are my spawn points for Babylon? Because I know I have some old fortresses in here. There's one kind of close to Napata. So maybe we get an airport in Napata, like right there. See that first. And we can use that to send units from Babylon. I have a bunch of old units here I can upgrade to. I don't think I need this many armies down here anymore either. This continent is pretty much mine at this point. I'm not too worried about taking the rest of this stuff. I have everything I need on this continent. Someone's in the contemporary with the Brazilians. Yeah, these are all the pollution effect notifications, but we don't need to worry about those since pollution is off, which is why I've taken a lot of the cultures that I have taken so far this game. Okay, where'd that light blue player go? Yeah, don't know where he is. Okay, San Lorenzo, finishing up that aerodrome. Definitely going to want some bombers. We'll have to take out these anti-aircraft guns, though. Let's get all these units upgraded. And nuclear weapons, we're going to unlock nuclear proliferation. For sure. Alright, so Sidon looks like a good candidate because it's almost done with its queue. Just get it in a random spot, like right in there is good. Okay, there's amphibious warfare. Probably should have saved that gold actually on upgrading some of these. Whoops, did not mean to hit that. Because now I can just do it directly. That's alright. Oops. I accidentally detach units all the time. I think it's a little more important to upgrade my mortars to siege artillery. I'm going to focus on that instead of the GI stuff. Losing a bit of stability in here, but I have enough for the time being. Need more uranium for the next project. Go for rehabilitate, a little extra science never hurt anyone. And now we can use this airport. Did I not build an airport in here yet? I did not. I thought I had for some reason. It's alright, just use this opportunity to upgrade some more units. And we'll look to start upgrading some of these guys into GIs as well. Or rifles, as I suppose they're called, but I constantly refer to them as GIs. Wouldn't mind having some more ironclads. What are they doing? It's so weird. They're obsessed with attacking this territory. I should really be doing something like this. Ugh. Not quite. There we go. I want to move... That guy is a mistake. I want to move everyone like away from the high ground because they already have some bonuses against me with these halberdiers. So I am using mounted units. Yeah, I'm gonna lose one because I thought I was way stronger than I actually am here. It's okay. I wasn't really using these halberdiers for anything, or these dragoons, I mean. Did I shoot with everyone? Yeah, okay. that should be the end of their war support. In the meantime, Academy would be good. Let's get some ironclads in here. Do the military school first. We'll get this first so I have some more veterancy. Okay, war resolution. Take Ninua. And then we'll just take a bunch of money, because that's kind of all we can do. But 10 out of 8 on the city cap, which is fine for now. And what are we going to have this work on? It's kind of a crappy city, to be honest. Let's have it do science infrastructure, I suppose. Here's some of the stars now. Alright, set on. Let's do the fusion test. Yeah. Just fit it right in there. That works fine. I don't really need set on producing anything. Make sure everyone's on science here. So I'm okay with spending a whole bunch of turns on the fusion test. I don't think I have enough. Kerma needs more stability, actually. I'm going to put an obelisk down here. The reason I want high stability in Kerma is because it's one of my main money-producing cities, and I do have Taj Mahal. So having high stability in Kerma is going to increase my money output pretty dramatically. Did I finish the airport here? No, one more time. Okay, there's fusion reactors. That's an extra 50% production on all my cities, so things are going to be a bit speedier here. There it is. It's like, where's the airport? Let's get a couple more. I didn't get the armory in here either. Let's get a couple more artillery pieces in here. Actually, no, we'll outsource that. Gonna go for... I don't think I need fighters. I think I just need bombers. We'll have to be careful of that anti-air, though. And then we'll use our other places. Where did I put the airport? Up there. That was a stupid place for me to put an airport, honestly. I was looking at adjacency rather than terrain. But we'll use Mikane to get some more units. So specifically, a whole crap ton of artillery is what we're interested in. Yeah, I will take an alliance with you, actually. Let's do that. Oh, they refused. Boo. And help with the fusion test. And suppose we need a little more food in here. Fertilizer plant would be fine. Takes a while to make, though. That is a weird spot for... Let's get another makers in there, because that makes more sense. And we'll put that agrarian quarter up there. And we'll put the fertilizer plant. As far as tech goes, a lot more options in terms of tech now that we have the core stuff. Let's go a little different and go for continuous track, and that'll let us get tanks. We can also go for aircraft carriers. That would allow us to use our units more effectively. Helicopter gunships are what Dragoons upgrade into for some reason. I think I'm actually going to go for power lines to get those extra outputs on all my quarters, and then we'll reevaluate after that. Alright. Do you have any more mortars I need to upgrade? Doesn't look like it. So we'll start with these units here, because I think they're the most likely to see combat. Okay. My income is not great. So I do need to be mindful of that. I could disband an army somewhere. Like, this is costing me 200 per turn. I don't think I really need these guys anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and just disband them. And I might do the same with an army, like over here, like these 4 dragoons or something. I'm not really concerned about a war with the Indians. Because even if they attack me, I think I can hold them with just the units in my city. So I'm going to disband them as well, just so I get a little extra money every turn. I have enough armies in other locations. Okay, Kerma's working on the ironclads. Byblos. 25 money from that, huh? Minus 400 food, how did that happen? How do I have minus 400 food? Let's get a little more food in there to make up for it a little bit. And then a little more science would probably be good. Okay, more tech. Want to go for Space Orbital for the extra money and city cap. And then we'll come back for rocket science and communication satellites. It'll also let us get fighter jets, which are pretty nice. I changed the spawn point, didn't I? No, I guess I'm going to that airport. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay, Kerma. Let's have you start on Sydney Opera House. Why do I suddenly have so much negative food in a lot of my cities? Suppose let's get that. Get the fishery as well, and then we can work on Sydney. Super weird. Okay. Do you have any grievances with them yet? Yeah. I have to make sure I'm actually prepared. Normally I can just go right into a war because I'm pretty far ahead in tech, but this game I definitely am not. They're all fine. Get these bombers. We have the army, this artillery army coming from Mykonos. Suppose I haven't transported these guys over yet. Let's do that. So really concentrating my forces. So you'd like to kind of blitz them down a little bit. Sidon, you're losing food too. Get a fertilizer plant. And after that we will see. Napata, why don't you help with Sydney for now? You're also losing food. So weird. Is that all the ironclads? Yeah. Let's get these guys up here. So these guys are kind of like soft artillery. They can help defend my coastal cities if I need. Okay. And also build tanks, which I think will probably be useful and fun. Imagine that. Napata. How long would it take you to build a tank? 2 turns? Tend to change some stuff around here. Let's get a couple of these. And I think we can add one into the Mykonos queue as well. It's really going to set up for this war. Want as many advantages as possible. They're still well behind me on fame, so I'm not too concerned. But I don't really want them catching up on tech and suddenly threatening me with nukes or something. Aha. Okay, we don't need those strategic bombers anymore. we want multi-role fighters, which are significantly better. Okay, Babylon. Let's get you a fertilizer plant. Playhouse. How are we on Era Stars? Yeah, we're going to struggle a little bit with the aesthete and the money stars. Start getting some of this money infrastructure. Okay. Ideally, I would like all these guys upgraded into rifles. I don't think that's going to happen. All right, my tanks here are done. I was supposed to be building these. I should say my one tank here is done. But that should help dealing with their anti-aircraft. That can actually be quite a pain. Okay, Mikane. Ooh, your stability. I think. Okay, so we're only getting +5 from that, but let's get the City Watch. Let's get the Aqueduct on turn 232. I'm struggling a bit with stability in all my cities, honestly. That'll be a good one. Check my other ones. Fine there. Ooh, Babylon is getting hit pretty hard here. A fair bit from the City Watch. Apothecary is obviously pretty good in here. Then get a garrison. Right there is fine. Put you in the front. And upgrade that line infantry there. And one right there. And see if you have any more demands you can make. No. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and get a save here in case anything gets funky. And then I think this is about as good as it's going to get here. So we'll declare war. We're just going to go right in for Harappa. And this is what I'm talking about with the aerodrome, right? Where I put it outside the city. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to utilize those units. Okay, let's see what they have. Alright, should be more than doable. Obviously, irregulars are fairly strong, relatively speaking. But I am a little bit stronger. Okay. Fine with having the tank kind of in the back for now. We'll use it to punch through a little bit later. I'm going to put my artillery up on higher ground since they're all indirect fire anyway, but you can get high ground bonuses on them. Not all of them are going to be on elevated terrain, but that's okay. It's slightly elevated right there. Alright, that's fine for now. So now, one thing I can do, I think this might not be working properly. We'll see if I can actually call it in now. Yeah, there we go. Just blow them up with some air support. I think the fighter, yeah, so the fighter's on air patrol by default. I'm going to take it off, and then I'll actually be able to use it to bomb stuff next turn. I'll start hitting stuff with artillery. Now, an issue I've had with artillery, you'll see if it's been fixed. Yeah, once you destroy fortifications, you can no longer target the unit on the tile. And I haven't found a way to circumvent this yet. So in sieges, artillery is only so much use, which is extremely unfortunate for me. Where's their flag? It's right there, okay. So I want to punch through these guys first. Putting more artillery right there. Alright. Oh, really? I can't shoot him. Interesting. Let's clear the way to the flag. Though, honestly, if I can just kill all these units first, that would be preferable. Come on. Might not be possible. Alright, well, let's bring the tank in, see how it does. Just get right up in there. They're dug in, so it's not going to do super well, but that's okay. You have to be more careful than I normally would. I have to realize that their units are better than mine, you know? Now, I suppose I could use this, but there's really no point. I have a couple siege artillery that are outside that can provide supporting fire into the battle zone. Did I lose a unit? Yeah. Interesting. I feel like they didn't really attack me with that many units. I guess the mortar. Okay, let's remove dug in first. We'll blow up those regulars. Remove dug in right there as well. Make sure this guy survives. Go ahead and claim the flag here. They don't want to shoot, apparently. Uh-oh. Okay. Apparently I'm not killing him this round, even though it should be dead. Focus on those line infantry there, get that fortification down. Probably need to kill that mortar as well. Almost. Move you out. Guess back over here is fine. Apparently if I move there, I can't shoot their unit. Okay, who else do we have? Move some of these other units up just so I have some supports. Yeah, that'll have to do. MP are pretty annoying, not gonna lie. The thing with melee units is that they don't suffer from your enemy being dug in. Apparently this unit is dead. It's a strange bug. Make sure these MP die. What is going on with combat here? Just knocking down all these walls to make sure there's no fortification bonus. Don't really want to put my guys on the river there. Not after what happened last time. I'll pull these ones out. Pull a new set in. Kill the MP first. They're not in the city. Okay, move them up close and personal. I do have their flag, so I'll win if they don't take it back, which it looks like they won't. So I think that's just this one unit left, really. Yeah, we'll just end it there. You know, lost one unit, really not that big of a deal. Give our units some time to heal, and then we'll go for another one of their cities on the next turn. And over to Mikane. So I'm gonna switch this around a little bit. Let's put everyone on money. Much more efficient with my money in the city than my science. I don't know why I had science prioritized still. I have plenty of food, so I don't need to worry about that. Stability's going up a little bit. I'd like to have it even higher. Also, is there another infrastructure? Yeah, the police force. We'll grab that. And maybe you just get an entire army of tanks. How's that sound? Minus 25 stability. That's fine. I'm at 100 stability here. Not worried about my stability in the city at all. Make sure we're keeping up a bit on food. Get that science infrastructure. Get the basic influence stuff. Okay, and end my turn. Claim a wonder, apparently. Let's do that real quick. Maracana Stadium. So this is one of the new ones. Apparently it like gives you a bunch of events that you can do. Okay, stability is recovering. Let's build this in Babylon. Kind of have a lot of other things in here. Actually, let me... Aha, I build it in here. That'll help on stability. Right in there is fine. And Babylon, you can help. Makes it pretty, pretty speedy there. All right, so next up, how much will it take to? Yeah, it's way too much to buy that out. Okay, I'll wait until we're in combat to use those. I'm going to put these guys inside Harappa, just to defend it against any counterattacks, and then we'll go for... I would like to go down this way, honestly. The city has a lot of attached territories that I need, especially this one right here. It's what I'm particularly interested in. Upgrade that one to heal it. How much is a heal? That is a very expensive heal. Okay. Does this really have any strategic value to me? This city? I don't think it does. I'm going to leave one of my less developed armies there, just to defend San Lorenzo. How much damage would I take bombing these anti-aircraft? Quite a bit. So I'm not going to. I'm going to prioritize killing these anti-aircraft. Kerma, stability looks okay here. Let's get the fish market. Let's get whale fishing as well. Some of this basic stuff that we don't have. Apparently I don't have a stock exchange. Okay, High Furnace. Get the Playhouse. Get the Academy of Arts. Make sure you get the Apothecary. Alright. Alright, let's engage these guys. They'll retreat. It's about what I expected. But hopefully we can engage them on the next turn. Yeah. Trying to upgrade them before they moved, but we'll just upgrade these guys instead. And we'll leave these guys inside of Harappa so they can defend. We have enough units kind of moving around. Let's see if we can do a little damage here. Destroy a commons quarter. my own, maybe? I'll do a little less damage to the regiment so I don't destroy stuff I'm occupying. See how much it actually does. Not super impressive, honestly. I feel like multi-role fighters should maybe do a little bit more than that. Okay, you can sit there. And it seems like... okay. I thought they had built on the uranium, because I thought I could build that last project, but I cannot, it seems. Down in Kerma, might as well work on the space race stuff. Right in there, seems fine. Let's get some more money as well. Alright. So, learning, overproductive, or prosperous. Let's go for prosperous, because, I mean, plus 15 money, not that big of a deal, but you never know. It could be the difference between upgrading a unit or not. Let's attack right here. Ooh boy, they're in trouble. I don't know why it deploys units like that sometimes. So as you can see, when they're not inside fortifications, I can shoot them all I want. Should really auto battle this. Or instant resolve. I'm nervous to instant resolve, honestly, because like instant resolve can give some pretty bad results sometimes, so I'm just gonna click through this until they're down to a couple units. La-di-da. Make sure the tank's down there. Goodbye, anti-aircraft guns. That anti-tank's not going to help you very much. Okay. Non-aggression pact with the Russians. Yeah, sure. Why not? I have no interest in them, honestly. Okay, start on the lunar lander. Where did I build the last one? Right there. I can build them right on top of each other. And up in Sapar. Get some of these money things, honestly. I'd like to upgrade some of my other units. And Sidon. Taxation office is fine. Playhouse is fine. Get a nuclear plant too. How am I on tech? Okay. Let's go for the exosuit next. That'll give me that extra combat strength. And I guess maybe neural implants for the extra influence on main plaza. And we'll also grab renewable energy because there's a competitive deed associated with it. Okay, so a fitting stage. Interesting. Plus 5 stability on district. Plus 10% influence on empire. Or plus 10% money, but it's just on the one city. Not really going to get... okay, so that tells me a lot about where to build this. So it seems like these two options, right, are city-specific, and the 10% influence is empire-wide. I'm going to take the extra influence, just because I want to get those influence era stars, and that helps me quite a bit. 10% money is really not very much, not in Sidon. Okay, there's communication satellites. And the push down this way continues. Babylon. Nuclear power plant seems good for you. Might as well get a tech park. And down here, I think I could use a tech park as well. Also get a playhouse. And some of the money stuff. Kind of getting to the point where I'm just like clicking through the things I need to finish, you know. I suffered a bombardment. Oh my god, look at that! The AI are using air power. Crazy. What does the world come to? These guys aren't really doing anything but being on intercept. They're too far away now. Interesting. So I guess I actually need wow, 1 AA and I take that much damage? That's insane. Guess I actually need anti-aircraft now. Wild. So what we'll want to do against air power. Now I've never faced air power before. Not from the AI. What we'll want to do against the AI is make sure we're spreading the armies out. Because they can... I didn't do it very well here, but say they bomb right here, they'll hit all my armies, right? So you don't want to give them like a single central target to attack. Because they'll do a lot of damage that way. Instead you want to spread out a little bit. Okay, don't want to win quite yet. Start working on the satellite. So you can get some better vision. Mikane, let's get an anti-aircraft in the mix here. And that all seems good. That all seems good. That's all fine. All right. Okay, this is the city we really want. Aha, they attacked me. Interesting. We're going to have the tank in the front there. There's not a lot they're going to be able to do about that. They're doing a little bit more damage than I feel like they should be. Alright. So let's make sure we're... Oh, there's an AA gun right there. Make sure we're removing dug in where possible. Come on. So, right there, for instance. These guys do not have dug in. I could one-shot them with the tank. I think I need to pull the tank back, though. Kill those irregulars. I'm gonna need to kill this AA gun back here. There we go. Just get this guy where I need him. Please kill him. Oh my goodness, come on. That was really unfortunate. Got some bad rolls there. Okay, it's good enough for now. See what they do. This AA gun's kind of a pain, to be honest. I do feel like the AA have, like, they're actually really good units, because they're an armored vehicle, so they're immune. They have anti-aircraft, and they have pretty high base combat strength. They have 57 combat strength. And your rifles have 54 base. And medium tanks even are like 61. So yeah, you take like a bit of a loss compared to tanks, but you don't need as many resources as you do with tanks. Make sure we're moving dug in. And you have pretty decent combat strength on the AA, and you get some benefits as well in terms of countering aircraft. Bad roll again. Really? That seems like they did a lot of damage there. I mean, I guess they were only line infantry, but still, that was only 2 units that attacked me and they died. Because I have a fair few bonuses to my combat strength. Oh well. Who else can shoot them? There we go. I have some units running around. Not too much. A lot of AA though, which is pretty annoying, honestly. Okay, send the Renzo. Guess you can produce some battle tanks. Let's get some AA in there too. God, that upgrade cost is insane. Oh well. Alright, let's get this last satellite. I don't remember where I was building it before. Right there's fine. And let's fly you all over here. I feel like the war score can go a little bit fast sometimes with some of the battles now. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. Conflicts used to last a lot longer, like sometimes a little too long, and the way war score was calculated didn't always make sense. But it also feels like the battles can almost have too much of an effect now. Like you can basically win an entire war from a single battle in terms of how much war support you get. It's pretty crazy. Someone declared war on me. Yellow? Yeah. Okay, don't really care. No, I don't want that. War resolution? No. Force your surrender. I want that. I want that. I want that. I guess that's kind of a core part of the city right there. I don't care as much about that territory. I really like Harappa too. I guess I'm okay with giving that one up for now. This one right here. Like, yes, there are some districts in it, but I can kind of go down there and pillage it right away, is the plan. Unless they turn it immediately into a new city. But still. So that should give me access to uranium. What happened here? Interesting. Go ahead and drop an outpost, and I guess we'll get a harbor there. Go ahead and attach. Get our other uranium mine. I'm just going to go ahead and buy one of those. And then so you can find a spot for the ICBM test. Whoa, I saw one right there. There we go. ICBM test takes a lot of space, so it can be kind of difficult to find a spot for sometimes. And I think these guys, yeah, so they upgrade the helicopters. I thought they upgraded the helicopters for some reason, but I think maybe they used to, or something like that, they upgrade to the armored personnel carriers. So it takes a while to upgrade them. How are they doing? Any good civics? Go for the extra science on commons quarters, I guess. It's fine. Help with that. Actually, I'm fine with losing some stability in here, I think. There's a small one. It's my excess stability. 154. 390. Let's go ahead and absorb these. Casual minus 1,517 food. And I don't need one of these. Take rid of that ICBM test if you don't need that in there. I might, I think it makes sense to do this. Yeah. All right. Okay, ICBM test done. Get more satellites. Civics osmosis will refuse. Refuse. Got a modern tank, which is handy. Put you in there for now. So usually with like cavalry, it's nice to have them in their own group because they have more movement speed, right? So it allows you to move around the battlefield a lot more quickly. Or around the map a lot more quickly. Obviously in battle, all the units have their own speed. But in battle, or sorry, on the map, everyone has... I'm going to go for this +5 money on Maker's Quarters, because I am struggling a bit with money. That increased my money a lot, actually. But in battle, you know, obviously all units have their own movement speed, but on the map, you're only moving at the speed of your slowest unit. Something I would like to do as well, let's take a couple of these out of queue. Get some missile silos on this continent. Can't in there quite yet. But I can up here. Gonna take a long time though. We'll wait. World Wide Web, and that'll give me some extra influence and money and stability, and then some more influence from neural implants. We'll go for covert ops, don't need that. We'll go for renewable energy though, still. Not struggling on stability really. Can go for insurrection theory. Might add that in just in case there's another conflict. I would like to have the Gonna refuse. I lost my train of thought there. I apologize. Alright, let's see what everyone's working on. Do I really need any of this stuff? I don't think so. I'm just gonna put it all in the queue. Especially now that I don't really need to worry about pollution effects. Let's prioritize that one. Still need that influence. Like this is whether if I accidentally build stuff that generates pollution, it doesn't really matter. So this will just help me get through the turns a little bit faster. All good things must end, huh? Where? This one. One of the empires. Oh, it's close. Okay. Usually when you get that, it's like... I don't want +1 farmer slots. Refuse. Farmer slots suck. Can't remember which one that is now. Materials, procurement, no. This one, I want the extra traders, please. Thank you. They'll give me some extra trader slots on some of these cities. Slow down my science a little bit, try to get some money. Still need another 100k roughly. Influence looks pretty out of reach this game, but that's okay. Okay, they all have the same movement speed, so that's fine. Let's take this artillery out of here. Judicial control. Yeah, don't need those. I'm fine with stability. Add a whole bunch of stuff in here. I've wound up wanting to go for as much fame as I can get again, even though it's not going to be as much as normal. I'm going to put everyone on money in here. Is there anything left in the tech tree that generates influence? I think mass entertainment, yeah. Refuse. Anything that generates influence is nice. And we'll just put that all in there. Now down here, I did want a missile silo. And stuff it like right in there. Just go ahead and buy that. And then there's a competitive D, but it only counts for regular nuclear missiles and not for the thermonuclear missiles. And honestly, I haven't really noticed a difference between the two when I'm using them. Yeah, well, let's get all this stuff. Sapar will get all this stuff. Alright. I don't like forced choices.
Though humankind's
Got renewable energy. Citizenship. Don't need either of those. We'll go for the 25 stability in all cities, I guess. Some of these, like, I don't think I've hardly ever seen. I think you have to make certain choices for some of them. Like this one, like I've never seen this one. Have a city with city watch and have your empire stability is unstable. Like I have no idea what these civics are. So, but something you can do now is see the unlock requirements for those civics. Earn 5 merchant stars since the beginning of the game and meet every empire. I feel like I should have that one by now, but apparently I do not. Create a city in the new world. There is no new world. Actually, multiculturalism. Yeah. So I've seen most of these. I'm going to keep going for that plus 10% influence. It doesn't really matter which one I choose there. Another 39k for merchant stars. Another 40k roughly. That's like 6 turns. So once I get all the stars, it's going to complete the game. So I think now is the time to let's get that nuclear missile. Now is the time to do the Mars colony. Get everyone working on that. It's my highest 9,000 industry in Babylon. Pretty good. Babylon really turned into a powerhouse for me. I'm glad I took that city so early in the game. So what I'm going to need to do is, if I want the maximum possible fame, so if I get military laser right now, what'll happen is the game ends on the next turn. So I'm going to have to time myself getting military laser for the same turn that I get the last aesthete star. And that's how I get the most fame that I can. Nice to just be able to click this and not worry what I'm getting. All right, so we'll enjoy. And yeah, I suppose automation, social housing, those work. Another 20k, so about 4 more turns. Sure, we can have an alliance. Sure, why not? Not really worried about anyone anymore. I will prohibit. We don't need any weird consequences screwing up the game. So what we're going to do is put a turn into military laser so that we can make sure we can finish it in 1 turn. I'm going to come back to social housing. Some of these civics seem like they just come too late in the game, or not the civics, some of the infrastructure, because it's like you get them a couple turns before the game ends, so I don't really understand what the point of having them is. Maybe if you're playing like a domination game, there's more of a point. But as it currently stands, like the one with drones or whatever that increases your food output, it just doesn't do anything. All right, so we'll get the aesthete star next turn, so we'll get military laser. And I mean, I haven't really been doing this, but let's get some crepissage. Just eke out that last little bit of fame. Could have done this way earlier in Babylon, but I decided not to for whatever reason. All right, that'll be all we can afford. Military laser, last era star. So you're going to end with about 25k, which isn't too bad. Definitely had better games. It doesn't matter what we pick. I don't know why I'm even looking. There we go. Turn 255. Pretty late finish, honestly. Empire looks very nice, though, gotta say. I do like Mycenae, like with all this sort of mountainous area. I turned off the narration for this, and the narration in the game in general. I found the narrator to be kind of annoying when I'm playing, so I just play with music and sound effects. The music and all that's pretty low when I'm recording, though, for obvious reasons. Anyway, let's take a look at the post-game stats here. I'm interested in the development of these 2 players. I don't really care about watching myself here. But these AI did okay. No militarist stars in the Ancients as the Assyrians is interesting. They really went all in on the expansionists here. They had some decent eras. I wonder why they were so far behind on fame. They must have slowed down too much in the later eras. Because that's when that player really starts to accelerate, is in the early modern. And I feel like that's when the AI slows down. Ethiopians are a terrible pick. Look at this. Still, that's more fame than I usually see the AI get. Let's skip to the end here. Here's the fame. They had a pretty, they were increasing pretty steadily throughout most of the game. But I'm interested in their outputs, because normally they do a really terrible job of scaling. This is better than they used to do. Especially for the Swedes here. Obviously you can see where we went to war. They were ahead of me for a little bit, even around turn 200. But they just they couldn't keep it up. They didn't have the balance that they needed, especially on the industry. I had 42k, and at their peak, they were a little under 12k. Well under my population as well. And I meant to click military there. Well, fun game. It's nice to sometimes have a conflict with someone that is a little closer to you in tech, but unfortunately it was a little too easy. I wish they had some larger armies. Anyway, appreciate you all tuning in to this game. It was a fun one, and there may be a little break before I start uploading my next series. I'm going to be pretty busy this weekend, and Monday is a federal holiday in the United States, which my employer does observe, and I'm going to be spending some time with my girlfriend over the weekend, so I won't be recording anything. So I'll probably be recording something a little bit during next week, and then the week after the next weekend, I'm actually going to be visiting a friend in another city. So I'll be here and there, but I'm going to have some videos available, when I get the chance to record them. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.